Dang.
Oh, dang.
Woo! What's up, everyone? Welcome to a new episode, First Timers. We got myself, Hiro, here. Got Alvin, superstars of the show, and we got Project El Camino behind us.
Or in English, The Way.
Or in English translation, The Way.
But Spanish, El Camino.
Exactly.
The Way.
So we have a few products on the table here. What do we have here, Alvin?
All right, so today, well, I'll actually kind of show you what we do have and where I got it from first. Did end up going over to our local National Parts Depot. A little bit of a drive. Takes about 45 minutes for us to get here from the Valley to Ventura County. Overall, they sell pretty much any classic car part that I would need for, we'll say, a Chevelle, because obviously this is a Chevelle that's on there, but most parts are interchangeable.
Cool.
So the only parts that aren't are obviously on the rear portion of it, just because it's a truck.
Yeah, different
Yeah,
car.
so other than that, I ended up picking up a Turbo 350 trans pan. Main reason we're replacing the one on the car is we have a massive dent on one side, just because we had some issues in our last video where
we were doing the oil pan.
The oil pan and timing chain cover and all that. Yeah, so things fell, smashed, boom, all that fun stuff.
Cuss words were expressed.
Yeah, so, and luckily we did not hit another car, so that was like, whoa, what happened? Yeah. We won't get into that, but yeah, so we damaged the pan. We're replacing the pan. Now the pan only came out to $12.95 from MPD. That was actually a lot cheaper than I thought. I thought I was gonna be spending at least $20-$25, and I was like, $12.95. I was like, okay. So while I was there, I was like, well, give me the filter, the gasket, and everything. And that was actually a lot more expensive than the actual pan itself. I think that came out to $27.99. It is made by AC Delco, and this is the Ultra Cork. So it actually has a very interesting feel to it than the traditional. It's a good feel. So that's super exciting. And again, like I was saying, we have the filter and the actual gasket that we'll be able to actually put on there when we seal it up and everything. Right now we do have the oil draining into a drain pan. Particularly, main reason I'm showing you guys this here is because I went to Walmart and kind of just bought everything just in case I didn't have an extra one of these open. I can never always have too many drain pans. So,
yeah, I guess.
Yeah, so I figured why not. It was like $3, and then we went to, again, like I said, Walmart. We got some SuperTech Type F transmission fluid, great for Fords and Chevys, for older Fords and Chevys, we'll say that. So pre-77, all that good stuff.
Just make sure to check your
check your manual just in case, for what your car recommends. But I've ran this in a lot of Chevys and Fords, and it's been.
Yeah, some people don't like SuperTech because of the brand, the name, but it's actually some good stuff.
Yeah, and it's perfect. Like I said, it'll do what I need. And like I said, this isn't a a bitchin' engine trans combo.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm just like, put this in there. We'll run it, see how it goes.
Fully synthetic.
And once we're going to since we're doing that, I figured why not put some stop leak in there, clean it out a little bit. Help it shift a little better. It seems like it was shifting just fine, but again, like I said, I'm at that point where I was like, let's make sure it doesn't break.
The stop slip?
The stop slip, yeah, just so there's no issues. But other than that, we'll get to it. I think we're ready. If you guys haven't already, don't forget, check out the whole series from the beginning. You can hit that rewind button if you haven't already.
Yeah, if you haven't followed our project, this is the first time you're watching this video, we have a playlist for the El Camino in the top right here.
Hand, yes.
Starting from when we just bought this car along with my G35. So
we're excited. Anyway, we're gonna start off with mounting this gasket onto this pan using some Gasgacinch, and we'll go from there, guys.
All right, woo!
As I was saying before, I am going to be using a product called Gasgacinch. This is perfect for what's it called, like belts, noisy belts that are squealing and stuff like that. Again, for V style belts, not serpentine style belts. So again, older cars, if you have this issue, you can kind of put a little bit of Gasgacinch on there. Now what I'm doing right now is I'm using it for the actual gasket that's going on the trans pan here, or the transmission pan, and it's gonna pretty much hold it in place. So we're pretty much gonna just kind of lay it down and kind of just press it down on it and make sure that the holes all line up, and then we're good to go. Now, it doesn't mean that it's gonna fully dry like a rock. It just means that once it's all together and we get everything undone, we'll be able to kind of put it right back up into its place without having to sit there and mess with the gasket from actually coming out or potentially damaging the gasket. So again, we're just trying to hold it in place, and then once we get it up, we'll be able to lock it in. Now, one thing that I've heard some people do is they'll put like a little bit of actual oil on the top part here, just so when it's squeezing down, the gasket's not shredding, but I usually have never had to do that, so I'm not gonna worry about it. Now that we're under the car here, you're gonna see that Hiro is actually starting to undo the actual pan bolts. There are, I believe, 13 bolts that go around the pan here. So I'm not gonna kind of show us taking off each and every one, but other than that, it's pretty simple. Just make sure that, yeah, you don't let the pan fall and drop just like that there. Now, when you do have the pan off, you're gonna see that there's gonna be a filter in there, and we're gonna be pretty much removing that filter. Now, my screws that were in there are two flat blade style screws, so we did have to use a flat blade to actually sit there and take them out. Other than that, it wasn't too difficult. There's a gasket on there that comes off with it. So just make sure as you're unscrewing it that you have something on the ground to catch all the oil that's still going to be dripping. So we decided to use the old pan. Again, we're replacing the old pan. You don't have to replace your old pan. You can just replace the filter and jump right in there. And like I said, it's pretty simple and easy to get in there. Now, when you're actually looking at everything from underneath, you're going to kind of notice that you're going to have this gasket here that has multiple holes, and you kind of want to line it up first before you try to bolt it up with the filter, just so you know which way the gasket's going to need to go on and face. So it kind of helps with the, kind of just giving you an idea of how it goes up, because you don't want the gasket to go on wrong and block the flow of the transmission fluid. So again, once you have everything lined up, just go in and put your screws into the filter and start to tighten it up to the transmission. And once it's all tightened, then you're good. So on this one, there's no way to really kind of torque it down. So just try to give it like a nice snug turn and then go about a quarter turn, and you should be good. Now, when you're doing the transmission bolts here, I usually go about 13 to 15 foot-pounds of torque. That's kind of usually, 13 is kind of what's usually recommended, but if you don't have a torque wrench, what I've seen people do is they'll get them all snugged down all the way around, and then they'll go another quarter turn, and other than that, you're pretty much set and you're good to go. Anyway, guys, let's go and start up the car. I did weld up some exhaust on here, so yeah, let's hear it.
All right, you guys, Flowmaster welded on, trans fluid in, start. Move it forward. Oh, sorry, I put a jack stand. Move it back. Go. Woo. Sounds pretty good.
In the daytime, we'll check the levels. I just didn't, it's late now.
Yeah.
Of course, we've got side project. Hiro moved my seat belt over, getting us a little more legit, so we're not like strangled in there by the lap belt, because they drilled some holes.
Previous owner. Yeah.
So we're moving it to factory location with the bench seat. Yeah.
All right.
We're excited. Hiro, jump in here. So anyway, guys, thumbs up.
Make sure to like the video.
It installed quick. Like I said, before you guys go and driving, make sure you check your levels on your tranny fluid after you do the trans change.
Yeah, always.
Like I said, this exhaust, we kind of went on a side tangent, so that, seat belts, and a few other things.
Trying to take advantage of being on the ramps as well, you
Yeah.
know, because you don't want to have to pull it off, pull it back on, pull it off, put it back on.
So anyway, guys, next time,
next episode,
we're gonna be installing a triple gauge setup, just because right now I think all I have is fuel and miles per hour.
And it doesn't even, it's not even accurate. You don't even, can't trust it.
So I figured I got my amp meter, oil pressure, and water temp. So I figured these are necessary just so I don't blow up anything on my car, or, you know, fry anything, I should say. Not blow up, but yeah. Anyway, guys.
All right.
Thanks for watching.
Yep.
We'll see you next time. Super excited.
Stay tuned for the next time. Thanks for watching. Peace.